Invaders from Mars. He saw them land from outer space. He saw them capture innocent people only to destroy. Father turned against son. People changed into strange, weird animals. A general of the army becomes a saboteur. Trusted police turned into arsonists. The boy's parents changed into killers.
But nobody's getting anywhere out there. Nobody can locate anything. Anybody. The Martians. We've got to stop them.
Invaders from Mars, capturing humans at will for their own sinister purposes, turning them into diabolical instruments of destruction. Invaders from Mars, weird, fantastic beings of a superintelligence, ruling a race of synthetic humans and pitting them against mankind's dream to conquer the universe.
Come on, step on it. Search every tunnel. We gotta find Ronaldo and the kid. When the colonel gives a signal, get back here on the double.
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and coming at you with another movie review. And this review is going to be on Invaders from Mars, which was released in 1953. And the film stars Jimmy Hunt, Helena Carter, Franz, Leif Erickson, and Hillary Brooke. Now, this is a sci-fi film, early 50s sci-fi film, which, if you watch early 50s sci-fi films, that the effects, are cheesy nowadays when you look at them. But this film, I just got done watching it, and I thought it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it, and I thought the effects, like the sandpit effects, I thought they still hold up to this day. And pretty much basically what the film is about is it's about David MacLean, who was played by Jimmy Hunt. He's this young boy, and one night he looks out the window and he witnesses a flying saucer landing in a field into the sandpit behind his home. So he goes and tells his father that, he saw this flying saucer land, and pretty much the next day, his father, who was played by Leif Erickson, he ends up investigating, where the flying saucer ended up landing. So the next day, Leif Erickson ends up coming home, and he is a changed man. And we find out that the Martians that landed in the sand pit, from the flying saucer, are brainwashing people. And we witness, when Jimmy Hunt's character's father, played by Leif Erickson, comes home, Jimmy Hunt's character ends up seeing like a X behind his father's neck. So pretty much, in the town, his mother, Jimmy Hunt's mother, his neighbors, and others, in the town, from the chief, the police chief, to others, they begin to act in the same way that Leif Erickson's character ends up acting, where the Martians are brainwashing the people and making them, look like total assholes. So pretty much basically Jimmy Hunt is panicked by all this, and he ends up meeting a psychologist, Dr. Pat Blake, who is played by Helena Carter, and she ends up taking Jimmy Hunt to this astronomer named Dr. Stuart Kelston, who is played by Franz. And pretty much Arthur Franz's character ends up telling David, Jimmy Hunt's character, that this whole thing that's going on is an invasion vanguard from Mars. And pretty much that's basically what the plot to the film is about. And, they end up calling the army to investigate and try to blow up this spaceship, this flying saucer. And, pretty much that's basically that. But there's a little twist in the end, which, I don't want to explain if you all haven't seen this film. But I thought this was a really good movie. I enjoyed the sci-fi element to the film. The spaceship, when it lands, you could tell that, is on like a certain green screen or blue screen. And, like I said, the sand pit, when it opens for the Martians to have the people in the town, go into their lair through the sand pit, I thought that when the sand pit opens, I think the effects of that, only that, just still hold up to this day, in my opinion. Like, it didn't look cheesy. The look of the Martians, I thought looked pretty cool, especially the Martian in this ball. I thought very good makeup effects done on that Martian. They end up using a ray gun to block people from, I guess, searching for their lair. So, I mean, the whole ray gun, effects, you could tell that, it's very 50s sci-fi effects. The film, I thought, had a very creepy vibe to it, like when, Leif Erickson's character and the police chief, return, and they're brainwashed by the Martians and start acting like assholes. It laid off a very creepy vibe to the film. But Jimmy Hunt as David MacLean, I thought he did a good job in the role. He wasn't annoying, but like I said, he did a good job. Sadly, he passed away back in July at 85. But also, Arthur Franz as Stuart Kelston, thought he did a pretty good job as well. I really liked the scene where Jimmy Hunt and also Helena Carter are in this, you could say, like this planetarium, and you got the big telescope that comes out. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the score when you see just the telescope moving, so that Jimmy Hunt's character and also Arthur Franz could see, could see like the sand pit and the whole yard over there. But overall, Invaders from Mars, very good movie. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't seen it. I know that they remade the film in 1986, directed by the late great Tobe Hooper, and the film has developed a cult following since its release, and it was championed by famous directors like Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Joe Dante, John Landis, and they end up referring to this film as a classic, and it made some people grow up and become filmmakers. And then Martin Scorsese named it on a list of the 10 best films to use light and color, which I really like the color in this film as well, especially the lights I thought were very cool as well, especially, when it's bouncing off of Jimmy Hunt's face, like the green color when the flying saucer lands. Thought that was pretty cool. But definitely check out Invaders from Mars. Very good movie. But anyway, that's it for my review of Invaders from Mars. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoy this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until next video, I'll see you all later.